This poem, A Poison Tree, is written by William Blake. William Blake lived from 17... I'm going to start over for editing purposes. Here is a poem by William Blake. William Blake lived from 1757 to 1827. A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning glad I see, my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. In fact, here at STARCARD Podcast, we're getting a good gander at the age of Aquarius, which we have entered. My name is Breakaway Ray, and I got a lot of things on my mind and some things I want to get off my chest. I invite everyone to pay attention to whatever they're paying attention to. This is the Anti-Revenge Show. This is a live tarot throw that you've tuned into. Today is October 22nd, 2025. And to start off the show, I've got 4 cards for you. 2 you can have right now, and 2 you can take to go. Let's go to the tarot cam. So I want to thank everyone tuning in live. And if you are catching this show later on a recording, these cards are for you. The tarot world has a message for you, and here it comes. Before I get started with your 2 cards, let's talk about what's happening on the show. We're going to throw 2 cards for you now and 2 cards to go. Then I've got a presentation. And after my presentation, I'm going to ask the tarot world to stay on the theme of the Anti-Revenge STARCARD Podcast. And then once we let the tarot world open up with those comments, we're going to go to audience readings, and that'll be in the second half of the show, usually about minute 30. All right. And now also, before we get going throwing cards, you know, I ended up getting 2 new sets of cards. Last time I showed everyone that this was the gold foil tarot. This is the one that I have been using on camera. And as a sample, I'm going to show you the back of the card, and then also what it looks like on the inside. Let's see if I can get you some more light here. I like the light. All right. So that's one version of the gold foil tarot, but then there's this other one, which, I mean, it's hard to say I like it even more, but the back of the card is a little bit more dynamic. It's got some color on it. And then on the other side, besides being shiny and gold, there are richer colors. So today I'm going to put the regular foil cards aside. I'm going to bust out, I'm going to bust out these guys. I'm not sure. I don't think I've used these on camera yet. You can see that these foil cards are quite slippery. They're a lot of fun. Let's put this aside. I think there it is. I'm going to get that one out. Hey, it's YouTube. I'm allowed to do an unboxing video. All right. So let's get these cards straightened out and shuffled, and we'll give you 2 cards for now and 2 cards for later. Here we go. I want to say hi to the people I see in the chat already. Julia Anchorhaven, Sally Forth, Judy, Mrs. NW5, Silent Dreamer, Lisa Talcott. Hey, this is like my favorite scout troop. Thanks for showing up, everybody. So glad you can make it so early in the morning. All right. Hey, Tarot World, good morning to you. I'm so glad to be here. I got dressed up special because I know you want me to deliver a message to everyone watching this video whenever they're watching this video. Let's give them 2 cards for now and 2 cards for later, please. Fun and helpful message on this Cytober morning, please. 2 cards for now, 2 cards for later. Thank you very much, Tarot World. Here we go. 2 cards for now, 2 cards for later. Two cards for now, 2 cards for later. A fun, helpful message. Thank you very much, Tarot World. Here we go. This is for entertainment purposes only. Wow. Get you some more light on those cards. Sweet. Okay. It's a good investment. Number 1. Oh, okay, you're in the dark, huh? All right. Number 1, we get, oh, yay, nice. I was just welcoming everyone to STARCARD podcast in the chat. And look, it's the 4 of Wands. It's the homecoming card. I think I see those people in the chat all like dancing around in a circle, talking to each other there. That's great. Have a good time, everybody. But then also for now, we get the 4 of Cups card. The universe has given us everything. Let's remember to be grateful for all of it, even the stuff that we don't see, even the stuff that we don't understand. Why did we have these trials and obstacles in our life? Why was that necessary? Well, it made us change our energy, didn't it? So that's what we came for. So let's be grateful for all the challenges. They don't happen to us. They happen for us. Well, very nice. Well done, Tarot World. Okay, and now 2 cards to go. Oh, nice. It's the 2 of Cups, everybody. We're communicating. It's the, there's communication, but it's communication connected through the divine. And here at STARCARD podcast, myself, Breakaway Ray, I'm saying this is a direct message from the Tarot World. The Tarot World is talking to us. So what are we going to take away with us? What do you want us to take away with us? Oh my goodness. It's the Lover's card. It's the other card wherein I say it's another message from the universe, the Tarot World speaking directly to us. That is quite a coincidence. It's a double message that we're speaking to the spirit world, and the spirit world is all around us and loves us. So I guess, this is the anti-revenge show. So say I. So let's all remember that God loves us. The universe loves us. Source loves us and provides for us. And we can communicate with it anytime. We can make it easier if we get a set of magical tarot cards like this, right? Well, thank you very much, Tarot World. I am invigorated. I am filled with hope. I am rejuvenated. I feel just like a star card. Let's give these cards a shuffle. And then I'm going to cut loose with some pumpkin problems. Here we go. Let's toss these. Wow, that was a special throw. All right, and I think I can go like this, and I'll go like that. It's Halloween. Looks a little bit spooky. That sounds good. All right, so I was picking out that William Blake poem earlier, the William Blake poem, A Poison Tree, because I remembered it was about revenge. And the bottom line is revenge only hurts the people getting the revenge, right? They're the ones investing that energy to get revenge, to seek revenge, to get payback somehow. So I remember that poem because I was an English lit major. I still had the textbook. It's over there. I'm not going to show it to you right now. But I have a whole book on 18th century literature. Don't I sound like a fascinating, interesting person? I'm studying, literature from the 1700s. I was looking for Alexander Pope, but I came across William Blake in the same century and The Poison Tree. And then by the time I finished reading the poem called A Poison Tree, I was delighted. It's a wonderful, fun poem. But then I realized it's not an anti-revenge poem, is it? It talks about how someone sought and grew revenge, and eventually the trap was sprung and his foe was taken down, as it were. So anyway, I want to focus on not getting revenge. I want to remind everyone, in case you don't know, there was a famous 20th century diplomat from South Africa, Bishop Desmond Tutu. And he was around when apartheid broke down in South Africa. And now you could take a look at that society, and I know very little about it, I'll be honest. But what I do know is that a part of the population had control of everything, while the majority of the population did not. And the idea was to balance things out. And in order to do that, we had to bring the people who owned everything and ran everything, and by hook or by crook kept it that way for a long time. Okay, it's time to ask them to come out and testify, but more or less tell everybody what happened, tell everyone what the real history was, so everyone can, reallocate their attention and, of course, the resources to make things fairer in that country. So here at STARCARD Podcast, I'm like banging the table about hidden knowledge. I'm going to talk about some of those things that trouble me. But then, of course, whether all that stuff gets revealed to us and shared with us or given back to us, there's still the matter of revenge. And I'm of the mind that revenge doesn't work. Revenge only hurts the person that's seeking revenge. So that's why that William Blake poem looks like fiction to me. Revenge is the monkey's paw. It always backfires, doesn't it? You're putting down some extra energy on one side of the seesaw. There's got to be a balance, whether it's in this lifetime or the next one, right? Well, if you want to get off the wheel of karma, okay, you need to not think about revenge, but you need to think about, why was this introduced to me? What was I supposed to learn from this lesson? All right, so let's go back down to the tarot cam, take a look at the table. I got some problem pumpkins I want to talk about. Thanks a lot, everybody. All right, I'm checking my notes here. Okay. Here they are. So first of all, one of the things that bothers me is something called planned obsolescence, which is something you associate with. It's something you associate with a throwaway society. We make things and then they break down and then we throw them out. Then we got lots of stuff in our landfills and our trash dumps, and we constantly have to go to work to make more money to buy more stuff, right? Throwaway society. That's kind of new. It's a newfangled thing. I mean, I'm saying, at least as far as, the industrial age, it works with the industrial age. Okay. Next up, something else that bothers me, fenced commons. Now, when you're fencing something, not something I understand a lot, didn't look it up, but fencing is when you have property that is stolen and you sell it. And the commons is such a vague term nowadays. We don't learn about commons in school at all. Okay, but the commons are all the things that belong to all of us, like air and water, and frankly, energy and transportation would be included if you want to go all the way back to the advanced civilization that was here before us. But here we have fenced commons here in the year 2025. We're paying ransom for what belonged to us. I'm going to start right with electricity. Okay, you can take your two inventors, Nikola Tesla versus Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison said, hey, everyone needs to pay me for this. And Nikola Tesla was saying, it's free, one-time expense, maybe some maintenance and repair. But, we're not going to steal this from the rest of humanity just to enrich ourselves. And we can see how that contest went down. That's just one example. Okay, so fenced commons. Okay. Hijacked technology and brain drains. Now, when I talk about hijacked technology, you could go into today's description and you could see I've got a whole list of links to videos that talk about some of the things that are on my mind, including a show called Cosmic Brilliance, where there's a very dedicated former newsman, and I think his last name is Willis, Dan Willis. Is that it? So anyway, I think it's Dan Willis, and he tells a whole story about our hidden technology. As soon as something gets good, they take it away, they pretend it never existed, and then they find a way to militarize it or charge people for it. And I could go through a bunch of those. That would be like weather technology, the free energy technology that I already mentioned, the transportation, the rails and the trolleys that were around and had to be dug up and redone and commandeered by the railroad barons, etc. Okay, and then also there's this thing called brain drains, where as soon as people get too smart, all of a sudden, they have a death story, and we never hear from them again. But there are secret space program experiencers who testified that a lot of these people are actually out in space doing their thing. They got too smart. They're smart enough to join the off-world team. Gee, I'm not done. I hope I got enough room for all these pumpkins. How about perpetual pollution? I want to give a shout out to all the people of Flint, Michigan. I'm sorry that they still have a huge problem out there. I mean, there were some irresponsible people who got that thing started. But you know what? Even in here in Southern California, we get water from our source, and it's been contaminated by rocket fuel chemicals. I'm sorry, I can't quote the one that I'm thinking of right now, but I did do research. I think it's called perchlorate, Perchlorate. How about that? I pulled that one out after 20 years. But we know that stuff is out there, and it's in our water supply, but we can't do nothing about it. Okay, but you know what? There's a lot of other pollutants in our foods and our surroundings, our clothing. So we got a lot of perpetual pollution going on, and a lot of that is done by other humans. I mean, it's not Mother Earth saying, here, you can drink this perchlorate in your water. It's other humans that do this. And I'm going to put this down a second. So there's this thing in the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta was drafted, I believe, in the 1200s, and it talks about basic rights. And one of the rights that humans have is not to be polluted by other humans who are profiting by whatever process that's creating that pollution. So if someone's polluting and making money off of it, that's not cool. That sounds like a normal thing, right? That sounds like it makes sense. That they actually had to put that in the Magna Carta 800 years ago to make sure everyone knew that that's not cool. Here in the United States, we could be pointing the fingers at Superfund sites and more, and use the Magna Carta to back ourselves up, but I don't think that's happening right now. Let's go back downstairs. I got more pumpkins. Yeah, this is the anti-revenge show, Breakaway Ray. You got a lot you care about here. How about compartmentalized cosmos and consciousness? We don't need to tell the people on Earth's surface that, there is an off-world and everyone's doing it and it's part of the universe. They can go on believing that they're the only people in the universe. God only created them, and there's only one thing to do, and that's go to work and make money. And also, we don't want humans to explore their consciousness and figure this out for themselves. That's why Giordano Bruno had to go. That's why Stanley Meyer, the inventor of the water-powered vehicle, had to go. Okay, anyone who's exploring their consciousness, well, we need them in the programs. We need them with their super psionic abilities. What about that guy, Breakaway Ray, and his tarot cards? Can we use that guy in space? I hope I don't get conscripted. Anyway, what else am I talking about? Yeah, beyond programming, I mean, you could check the guide on your television, but beyond programming, it's mind control. Both the content of the shows and even signals that are not related to the show at all. And a lot of these things are broadcast wherever we go, wherever these radio waves are. Well, that's a short list. Happy Halloween. How do you like them pumpkins? Well, let's say, for example, that all these things get revealed and people know better what's going on. Well, this is almost like a tarot card throw here. Right in the middle, if we have compartmentalized cosmos and consciousness and we overcome it, okay, then we can see through the bogus planned obsolescence. I love the idea of leasing a car, perpetually paying for a new car. That's real obsolescence, throwing away money for sure. I mean, you could pay for a car one time and then keep it going. Ask people in Cuba, they know how it works. Okay. Fenced commons, we can see through that. And then we can hold people accountable for doing this and also for polluting it. Where's that pollution? And for hijacking those technologies. It's time to integrate them with the people on Earth's surface. And you know what? We all need to pay attention to the mind control. We all need to pay attention to what we're paying attention to, because if we don't, someone else is going to direct where our mind is paying attention. So let's put these pumpkins away. And I'm inviting the tarot world. Well, hang on. So after all that, after getting all riled up like that, this is the anti-revenge show. And we're not going to get revenge on all these people. Some of these people, they would say, or they would have the perspective, we had no choice. It's like the Manhattan Project. Everything was compartmentalized. Nobody knew what they were doing, and they couldn't back out of it now. They had wives and families, and they had to stay to their job, even if they had to compromise their ethics a little bit. So we really have to show some forgiveness. We have to let people speak their truth. That's what's going to help them clean themselves of their karma. And then, once everyone's lifted up, once their vibration's all lifted up, we're all going to fit together more harmoniously. But we're never going to get to that point unless we let people speak and we show mercy. And if we want to see the change, we have to change the way we see things first. So we're going to go down to the tarot cam, and we're going to ask the tarot world to comment on holding people accountable. So, because from what I hear, a lot of these people that have been doing this, they're never going to be held accountable. That might bother someone like me. Other people would say, yo, Breakaway Ray, that's how you play the game. Whoever gets away with the most gets away with the most. That's not going to work for humanity as a whole, I say. So I'm going to be on the other end of the spectrum saying, let's be considered empathic, and we're stronger together. So let's forgive, not forget, and move on forward together. Let's go downstairs. All right. This is the anti-revenge show. So I'm inviting the tarot world to give us a good message about all those pumpkins that I had a problem with. And maybe you'd like to tell us a way that we can remember to be calm and cool and not revengeful. We're going to burn ourselves out trying to get revenge for everything. All right. Ooh, more unboxing. I'm going to keep using my crutch for a little while longer, everybody. I like the deck with the words on the card. But you can see I'm not getting too shabby with the ones without the messages on them. All right, here we go, Tarot World. At least please communicate with me. I can tell you are after that 2 for now, 2 to go throw, the 2 of Cups and the Lover's card, the Strength of 2 together. Hey, Tarot World, you can help me. I want to deliver your messages. I want to reveal hidden information. I want humanity to move forward. How important is revenge and accountability? Accountability, that's aseptic. That's neither here nor there. That's the Justice card, cause and effect and balance. Well, those people who are doing that, if they can't balance out this time, next life, next time around, they'll get their chance. It may not be on planet Earth. I understand that there are other places that they can go now to balance that out, but Earth is not going to be the place where you balance your karma. Earth is not going to be holding up that kind of system anymore, not playing that game anymore. So we don't have to get revenge. Those people are going to get it sorted out in their next lifetimes. Wow, I'm getting a little tarot explosion over here. We're going to sort that out in a minute. We're still throwing these cards here. All right, so meanwhile, we're going to move forward in a loving and merciful way, in a forgiving way, and keeping in mind that it's not for us to judge, right? That's up to Source. And we're going to get help from Source if we ask for it. Okay. I can't wait to hear the message, the anti-revenge message on all the people creating the content for me to talk about on STARCARD podcast. But I would first like to get my deck together here. Now you know why. Woo. I don't use these cards. Whoa. One moment, please. See? Throwing tarot cards, it's almost as much fun as playing 52 card pickup. Here we go. Anti-revenge message. Thank you, Tarot World. Thank you in advance. I know it's going to be a good one. I got enough light here? Oh, yeah. Sweet. Here we go. All right. First up, the Eight of Pentacles talks about mastering a skill, working hard, take a long time. Where's my magnifying glass? Diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship. Diligence, high standards. We need to demand that all this knowledge, come forward. One way to do that is just to talk to our friends about it. If we all agree that Santa Claus is really our parents, the governor can't tell us differently if we've already figured it out. All right. Yay. Temperance talks about balance. We're going to have to work hard at being cool. Okay. Cool out, Breakaway Ray. It's the anti-revenge show. You need to work hard at being cool, being merciful, and showing forgiveness while still not forgetting. Look at the angel. The angel has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. Okay, we're not going to forget, but we are going to forgive. So this way we can balance things out. All right, I'm with you, Tarot World. Okay. And then if we do that, we'll be like the Page of Wands and we'll have limitless potential. But if we're still holding grudges, we're still holding prejudices, obviously we're not going to see so far out, are we? So we can have the Star Trek future right now if we start forgiving the people that did all these things to conceal it from us. We can see farther the more we forgive. I'm down with that. How many times have you heard that message before where they say, the more you let go, the more fresh stuff could come in? Anyway, let's move on. All right. I feel good already, Ray, because of the revenge message. The message is do not be revengeful. Be balanced. Show temperance. And then, if we're all cool and mellow, the part of the world that's hiding it from us is going to fall down, says the Tower card. And I would like to remind everyone about another great 20th century peacemaker, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, he had a lot of people on his side, and all they were doing was thinking about peace in a peaceful way, and it caused basically the British to return to their homelands. So it is consciousness that's going to win. Again, once we all agree that Santa Claus has been our parents the whole time, that story doesn't hold water anymore. Yay, then we can celebrate. All right, we can be cool, and then we can celebrate later. Because our consciousness together as a group, our awareness of what's going on, that's what's going to be leading us to victory. I think the message is pretty clear already, but we still have 2 cards to go. Oh, the Ace of Swords. And I think I pulled that inverted. Yeah. What is going on with the Ace of Swords? Reversed Ace of Swords, confusion, brutality, chaos, inner clarity, rethinking an idea, clouded judgment. Yeah, rethinking an idea, things that were hidden for real, okay? Wow, it'll be, the Nine of Cups says, a wish come true. All that stuff that we're hoping for, all those pumpkins I had a problem with, the more we talk about them, the more they're going to break down and break away, and the more we'll have a wish come true. And I don't see any kind of revenge anywhere. What's the revenge? That we get what's coming to us? That we advance into a spiritually more advanced world? Thanks, Tarot World. That was awesome. No revenge today. Today, it's the anti-revenge show. Make sure you all go out and get no revenge today. All right. I'm going to give these cards a quick toss. Then we're going to take a look at the chat and see who wants a reading. It's time for Audience Tarot. Thank you very much, Tarot World. That was pretty awesome. Very awesome. All right. I have a piece of paper right here. I'm going to write down the names of the people who want a reading. So, Mrs. NW5, Judy. I see you. Good morning, Judy. Thanks a lot for asking me to read. see, Sally Forth. I'm sorry, I missed you yesterday, Sally. I'm happy to do one today. Also, Sally Forth, I'm really grateful that you purchased those books by R. Snow. That's right, everybody. In case you didn't know, I'm a writer, and in the description there are 2 links to the 2 books. And I wanted to give Sally Forth a heads up. You know, of course, you're going to read as much as you want, but if I were you, I would skip the chapter called "The Space Teacher and the Canadian Canon." That was a transcript of one of my THHQ sessions. Anyway, I mean, it's there because it's part of my THHQ. But nevertheless, it's QHHT. I got it backwards. But nevertheless, but I would definitely go to the end of the book, go to the epilogue for the interview with Psychic Liz Cross. Pretty much explains the whole story. Thanks again, Sally Forth. All right, let's see who else wants a reading. Lisa Talcott. All right. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for inviting me to read. Let's see. Do I see Sally Forth? Got it. Good. I'm going to scroll up now, see if anyone wrote in capital letters I wanted reading. So I see some other people are also here. Tarot, please. 3 cards for Judy. Got it. Lisa Talcott. Got it. Thank you very much, Sally Forth. I appreciate your positive feedback. 3 cards for Julia. Sure, Julia. All right, very good. Okay, so I see 4 people right now. Judy wants 3 cards. Sally Forth and Lisa Talcott would like a reading, and Julia Anchorhaven wants 3 cards. And then I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat in case someone else would like a reading. There's plenty of time. No pressure, everybody. But even if it's just these 4, it'll be 4 wonderful readings. You can see the tarot world is fired up and ready to go. So you came on a good day to ask for a reading. While you're in the audience, we'll get started with Judy and 3 cards. Judy, I'm going to give you the foil cards as long as they don't explode in my hands again. Here we go. 3 cards for Judy, Mrs. NW5. Let's go downstairs. Three cards for Judy. Ooh, there's that 9 of Cups guy again. All right, we're in the groove. All right, Tarot World. I know you're in a good mood every day, Tarot World, but you seem especially so today. Thanks a lot for helping me with the show. How about 3 cards for our friend Judy? 3 helpful, fun, encouraging, inspiring cards just for Judy, please. 3 cards for Judy. We're going to give him another toss here. A fun, helpful message for Judy, please. Thank you. 3 cards for Judy. They're almost ready to come out there. 3 cards for Judy. Wow, these cards catch the light nicely right now. Here we are. Move these out of the way here. The Tower card. Look at how exciting it looks. Wow. Let me get some more light over here. So, things need to be reorganized. Maybe something's breaking down. You're seeing through the screens, the screen memories. Then there's the 6 of Cups, which talks about happy memories and nostalgia and childhood. That's 2 cards of memories. And then, wow, the Strength card. So the Strength card, I know, talks about being able to comfort someone who is grieving. It's also about communication between 2 different species. And this could, I mean, for example, if we get a card like this, it could talk about a house pet. And, just an initial message could be, and maybe there's a dynamic of a pet that is really special to us, sending love back to you. Well, anyway, that's kind of the best I can do, Judy. But you're so astute. I'm sure you already recognize the dynamic that's going on here. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Judy. All right. I want to say hi again to Sally Forth, and I'm really inspired by your comment. Thank you very much. Okay, and now I see Silent Dreamer has a message and would like a reading. Sure, Silent Dreamer. Let me get my my notes out here. Wow, you subscribers and viewers are so nice to me. Thanks for coming out. Okay, and now let's go to Sally Forth. Here you go, Sally Forth. It's the Lover's card. All right, again, tarot world's all over our readings today. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Glad you could all be here. I don't know who any of you are, but I'm really grateful to you. All right, how about some fun, helpful, exciting messages for Sally Forth? Really appreciate Sally Forth showing such an interest in STARCARD podcast and in the books I wrote. Here we go, a fun, helpful message for Sally Forth. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. A fun, exciting message for Sally Forth. Whoa. These cards are for Sally Forth. A fun, helpful message for Sally Forth, please. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. First up. All right. You're here on a special day, everybody. I don't know why today is so special, the 22nd, but we got the Two of Cups again. It's a message from the spirit world. Let's see what else it says on the Two of Cups. Unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection. Then the Eight of Swords shows up, which in my language is as much as you can imagine. So just to take these two by themselves, according to my vocabulary, my lexicon, here is a message direct from the spirit world, as much as you can imagine, a direct message. But just for fun, the Eight of Swords also talks about negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, and entrapment. One way to escape that is to remember what we said earlier today. It's not something that happens to us. It's something that happens for us. Moving on, the Four of Swords talks about rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation and meditation. And then the Five of Cups talks about disappointment and regret. The Five of Cups, regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. As much as you can imagine, the spirit world is trying to say that it's okay to relax about a disappointing situation because it's not altogether disappointing. There's still some cups standing up on the other side there. I'm going to move the camera up a moment because I think this might be related. I was on my hike this morning, and one of the things that I'm pondering upon, Sally Forth, is how when I look back on my previous career, I'm really trying hard to remember the fun things and the fun times. Yet every time I do, it gets intermingled with the stuff that you're going to be learning about when you read those books. And I just want to say that's what that Five of Cups card feels like. I'm so busy looking at the cups that fell on the ground. I just got to turn around. It's really hard. So I got that hood, like the Five of Cups guy. He's got that hood on. He can't even see the other side. He's got no peripheral vision. Nevertheless, I need to turn around and look at the cups that are standing up. I'm trying really hard to remember all the fun and all the good, etc. Let's go back to your reading. All right. Because this is a special reading, all right. The Page of Wands is back. He's talking about limitless potential, inspiration, ideas, discovery, free spirit, exploration, excitement, freedom. Here I was looking down and not around, and now I'm turning that frown upside down, and I can see forever now. I can look over the pyramids, in fact, and I'm just a young man. I'm just getting started here. Yay! And then the Ten of Cups says, it's a dream come true. And it talks about divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, alignment, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, family contentment, total love and support. And we said total love and support and divine love. Divine. So here's the beginning of the sentence. Here's the end of the sentence. Here is the punctuation mark. The King of Swords says, that's the truth. That's my confirmation. Good reading, huh, Sally Forth? Wow, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you very much, Sally Forth. I hope that was inspirational and fun. It was for me. I'm getting goosebumps. Let's see who's next. Lisa Talcott. All right, Lisa. Let's throw some fun, exciting cards for you, too. Look, I just cut the cards to shuffle. You got the World card. Here we go, Lisa. Oh, it's a great day to throw tarot. Hey, everybody, when we're all done here, I hope you all bust out your own cards. Spirit World wants to talk to you whenever you tune in. I know some people are watching this on the recording. All right. How about a fun, helpful message for Lisa Talcott, please? A fun, helpful message. Lisa Talcott. Thank you, Tarot World. Wow. So glad we could help people again this morning. These cards are for Lisa Talcott. Really, all of those? Okay. This is the dessert. I don't know what's going on, Lisa, but we've already had a lot of fun together throwing cards. Let's take a look at what's happening in this lineup. 6, 7, 8. All right, all we're missing is a designated hitter. First up, it's the Chariot card. Things are moving forward, and someone's in charge of making sure those two sphinxes, the light and the dark, are going the right direction. And the Six of Wands talks about public recognition. Everyone can see the progress being made. Wow, must be nice progress because you got an Ace of Cups out of it. The Ace of Cups reads love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, new baby, proposal, and marriage. Maybe your spirituality and intuition are being piqued. And that's why you're tuning in to STARCARD podcast with the rest of all these psychic people here in Cytober. All right, then here comes the Judgment card, which talks about old energies being removed and left behind and discarded so that new energies can be brought in. The Judgment card reads, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase. Certainly, and it talks about awakening. And if you're having a spiritual awakening, yeah, you're in a new phase. Oh, wow. Look at the tarot world go today. The Ten of Cups, it's divine love. It's dreams come true, harmony, family contentment, total love and support, alignment. You're getting there through alignment. You're balancing those two sphinxes. And then the old world is coming down around you. You realize now that Santa Claus was your parents the whole time. I keep using that joke I heard from a Conan O'Brien show. Well, yeah, it's awareness. It's divine love. Yeah, the spirit world wants you to become magical and remember your magic. Look at how rewarding it's going to be. Oh, how exciting. So it's the Fool card and the Devil card. And the Fool talks about a beginning, and the Devil card talks about letting go. So, and by the way, the beginning, let's read what it says on the card. They say it best. The Fool card, new beginnings, possibilities, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, adventure, opportunity. You just got to the amusement park. You could go on all the rides. But and by the way, not a but, you're going to be leaving stuff behind. There's the only way you're going to have that beginning is leaving all the garbage behind that came down in the tower. Leave the rubble behind. You don't need it anymore. You can't take it with you when you go. All right, cool deal. Thanks, Lisa Talcott. Now we're going to get Julia 3 cards. What a fun, exciting reading that has been already. Let's go to Julia. I'm going to give Julia the foil cards. I'm going to try to shuffle them very carefully so they don't explode. Hi, Arizona Raven. I see you. Thanks for dropping in. Let's get the foil cards for Julia. You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you so much. I don't know what the stories are. I just making up a story with the cards. That's awesome. Here we go, everybody. These are going to be 3 cards for Julia Anchorhaven. Could we please have another fun, inspirational message? This time for Julia Anchorhaven. Thank you very much, Tarot World. You're awesome. Giving us all reasons to be inspired. Even in the middle of the work week. These cards are for Julia. 3 cards for Julia, please. All right, they look like money to me, Julia. Here we go. First up, oh, the Strength card is back. Try to show you how beautiful that card is. Okay, comforting the bereaved, power, control. Ooh, there was something else that really worked with this. Wait a second. Let me look this up because it does apply with Julia. I remember reading these words. Here we go. Check it out, Julia. Strength. In strength, it is the woman's inner strength, not her physical power, that gently closes the lion's jaws. She demonstrates courage by taming the lion unarmed and wearing only a gown. The upright meaning, tap into your inner strength and resilience to overcome obstacles. Gain control through patience and compassion rather than outward force. That goes along well with today's message, the Anti-Revenge Show. And then I know that you're interested in career, and here's a separate section on career. See, this book is really nice. Be confident in your abilities. Show how capable you are without letting your emotions take over. Love it. This is the one that comes from the Ethereal Bloom Tarot. That's the guidebook from this one. All right, we're not done, Julia. We got 2 more cards for you. Oh, the Tower card. All right. And then, the 7 of Cups talks about all the different opportunities that are available. So if you're strong, the stuff that's creating a problem is all going to fall down and fall away. And then all the opportunities are going to be made available to you. I would say I would go even further because, Julia, you're a podcaster of some repute. And I would say that your ability to be strong during this war on consciousness is offering opportunities to all of us and also to you. You could just look at your guest list. Check out your Rolodex, Julia. All these people come to be on your show to share and to teach and to heal and to help. Thank you very much, Julia, for everything. I hope you have a good day. Oh, I see Namira's in the chat. Hello, Namira. Hi, Tiger. Good to see you again. Let's give these cards a toss. And now we're going to go to Silent Dreamer. All right, Silent Dreamer. Thanks again for requesting a reading. All right, Silent Dreamer's having a good time at STARCARD Podcast. How about a fun, helpful, inspirational message for Silent Dreamer? Silent Dreamer, the 10 of Pentacles just flopped out while I asked that question. The Ten of Pentacles says wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. Ooh, something else it says on the side. It is a yes card, by the way. If you had something on your mind, Silent Dreamer, and you weren't sure if it's going to be a yes or a no, this card says yes. It also talks about ultimate completion, final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realization, and endings. So that's a rather wonderful card. And now let's pull 3 more just to finish up that message. Oh, okay. Namira, I do see that you're requesting a reading. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to finish this for Silent Dreamer, and then we'll write your name down. No problem. No problem. All right. 10 of Pentacles. Yay. Wow, what a special day. Whoa. What's going on, Breakaway Ray? Butterfingers? There's a lot of energy. Okay, this Lover's card is showing up again, and you saw it was bouncing all over my hands. So again, in Breakaway Ray's lexicon, it means the tarot world is right here, sending you a message of love and support. You're really aligned with the spirit world and with your guides. They're helping you with long-term success. And they're doing so in an energetic way, says the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. It's like the spirit world is, they can't help but wanting to support you. They're like all the fans in the stadium rooting you on and buying tickets to watch your show and watch you perform. And then, meanwhile, the Two of Pentacles shows up and says there's multiple priorities going on. So there's lots of good things going on. You may not be totally aware of it, but your subconscious and the spirit world are navigating it like it's on autopilot in a way. It looks impulsive, but I feel like there's a long-term plan of long-term success here. You got a long way to go. Well, Silent Dreamer, I hope that was fun. It was fun for me to read. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. And then Namira wanted a reading. I'm not going to write down your name, Namira. I'm going to go ahead and throw them right now. Okay, here we go, everybody. These cards are for Namira. You're welcome, Silent Dreamer. Thank you. And these cards are for Namira. Wow, Namira. I think I was having a dream about a tiger last night. Anyway, and we saw the tiger-like creature on the strength card a couple of times this morning. All right. Here we go. These cards are for Namira. You're welcome, Julia Anchorhaven. And these cards are for Namira. A fun, helpful message for Namira, please. All right, cool. Break a leg, Julia Anchorhaven. I meant that, in the theater way, of course. I want your leg to get better soon. Here we go, Namira. Look at us go, everybody. It's the Sun card. Positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. All right. I always like to say, should we quit while we're ahead? It doesn't get much better than that, but I guess let's find out why everything's so groovy for Namira. Well, the Three of Pentacles says that we're building something with a team. There's collaboration involved. The Four of Pentacles says that we're holding on to what's valuable. We're being efficient. We're planning for the future. We're not spending unnecessarily, either in energy or currency. Wow. Nevertheless, sometimes times get rough. The Five of Pentacles talks about isolation and worry. It also talks about financial loss. It talks about a lack of mindset, a little insecurity. But don't forget, everything's okay because we got family. And this is how we plan for hard times. Wow. And then the Queen of Wands says that because we're being responsible, we can show an even greater zest for life. We know where our boundaries are. We know where our limits are. We can have fun without, going to the ATM the whole time we're at Vegas, while we're gambling on the roulette wheel. We can find other ways let's read what it says on the Queen of Wands. Courage, confident, independence, focused, zest for life, determination, joy. Yeah, this is focused fun, not frivolous, frittering away fun. Focused fun. Wow, everybody, it's the Lover's card again. Focused fun, the Lover's card, love, harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. The strength of two together. And then the Seven of Pentacles talks about nurturing and tending and caring for your garden and growing wonderful fruits from it. The Seven of Pentacles reads, long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, investment, sustainable results. Think of the team. Very nice. How wonderful. All right. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's redo the lighting. Wow, everybody. What an exciting morning this was. We read a poem by William Blake. We talked about revenge. We talked about not getting revenge. We saw the Two of Cups and the Lover's card over and over again. A lot of inspirational messages to carry us for the rest of the week. Can't wait to see you all again. Have a good time, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment. All right. Thank you.